Hey everyone, this is Angel with Tech Tutelage, and this is my second video on GitHub. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your first repository using GitHub's web interface. So if you watched my previous video, you probably already have a GitHub account, and if you didn't, go ahead, check out that video on how to create an account. But if you have your GitHub account, go ahead and log in. So to do that, all you have to do is go to your github.com page, and from there, you can just click on sign in. And once you're prompted to enter username and password, you can go ahead and do so. So in my case, my username will be techtut and my password is. And once you're logged in, you'll be here at this home page. You can go ahead and click create repository and it will start the new repository for you. But I'm going to show you a different way to do it because, sometimes you may be on a different page and there won't be that create repository button for you. So if you get lost between the pages, the place that you can always go to start a new repository, regardless of where you are in GitHub, is up here on this plus sign. So what you can do is go here in the plus sign, click on the drop down, and you can click on the new repository here. That will bring you to create new repository form. And from here, I only have one user, but if you do have multiple, you have to choose which user you want to create it as. In my case, I only have one, and you can give your repository a name. I'm going to call mine Hello World. And you can be creative here, give your repository any name you want, as long as it's available, of course. Here in description, you can give your repository a description, like basically tell the world what your repository is about. I will leave my blank. And down here, you can choose if your repository is public, which means that anyone on the internet can see it, or you can choose private. That will make the repository private, so you'll be the only one who can see that repository, and you can invite others to see it as well, but you'll be the one in control of who can see it and who cannot. All right, so the next thing down here is you can upload a few files here that GitHub can pre-build for you. So you can do a README file that this file will be using as a extended description of your repository and what it is about. So you can do that auto-generated for you. You can also generate automatically a git ignore file, and they actually have a bunch of templates here for depending what you're using. So like, let's say if you're going to be doing a Delphi or Drupal, you can just get a template file. In my case, I'm just gonna do none, but basically from here you can just get a git ignore file automatically, and in that file you can specify which files and directory from your repository do not want to be tracked. And then the last one here is the license file. So if you are going to have a open source project that you're going to be working on, from here you can have a template for the license that you want to use. So again, I'm going to leave this one blank. Now, once you have all this selected, you have picked your name, public, private, the files that you want automatically generated for you. Once you have all that done, you can go ahead and click on create repository, and that will create your new repository. And as you can see, we are already in our new repository. The next thing I want to show you is to go up here. If you click down and you go to your repositories, you will see the list of all your repositories here. And in my case, I only have one. And again, to access it, you can go ahead and click on it, and that will bring us to that page that we saw earlier. And now from here, the few important things to know is if you want to add a file to your repository, you can do it from this button, and you can either upload one from your computer, you can just create it right within your web browser. If you click here on this green button is where you can get the address for your repository. So you have a HTTPS, SSH, and the GitHub CLI options, and it basically gives you the address, and with this address you can use it to clone your repository locally to your machine. And I'll show you how to do that in one of my future videos. Probably my next video will work on that. But yeah, basically this is where you get the address of your repository. And then the other place that's kind of important to know is settings. And from here you can change the name of your repository. You can also set that repository to act as a template. So if you do that, when you try to create a new repository, you have the option to choose this one as a template. So all the files and the directory structures in this repository will be recreated in the repository that you build off of this one once you use this one as a template. And then the next thing that I want to show you here is, this is basically when you give your settings for your repository, but the next thing that I actually wanted to show you is if you scroll all the way down here, is from here you can change the visibility. So if you decide that this private repository, you want to make it public, you can do that from here. Now you can also transfer ownership, so you can make another user to be owner of your repository. You can archive it, which will make your repository read-only. And from down here, the very last one, you can go ahead and delete this repository. So actually actually I'm going to go ahead and delete it because I don't really need that repository. So I'm going to click on delete, and here they will ask you to retype the full name of the repository. So I'm going to go ahead, copy and paste it, and then basically you have to agree that the deleting it, your repository will be gone. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Now once you have your repository deleted, it will be gone, but just so you're aware, you have 90 days in within you can restore that repository. So it's not gone for good, at least for 90 days. And to restore deleted repository, all you have to do is go click up here and go down to settings, and then from settings you want to scroll down and go to this code planning and automation section, and you can click on this repositories here, and then from here you can click on this little bucket that says delete repositories, and that will bring you to this repositories page. And if you have any deleted repositories, they will show here. And as you can see, my repository is not showing here yet, as it says that it may take up to an hour since you've deleted it to show here. But just so you're aware, if you accidentally delete repository or intentionally delete repository and then later you decide that you want that back, you have 90 days to come here and restore that repository. I think this is all for today. I hope this video was useful to you. If you liked it, please click on the like button, and if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe for my channel. Thank you for watching.